Attention hospital, attention all staff. We are now in tropical cyclone condition 2. I say again, attention hospital, attention all staff. We are now in tropical cyclone condition 2.
What's up, YouTube? Let me just pull up this comment right here. So I got a question from Stel4R. Hey, how are you liking the IT rate so far? What is your basic day like as an IT? Also, do you get to travel? Those are good questions. Alright, I'm going to try and answer them. How am I liking the IT rate so far? I like it. Even before the military, I've always kind of enjoyed working with computers, although that was kind of for my own benefit as a gamer. Also, I was like the most computer savvy person in my family, so I was already doing IT things. Before the Navy, I was trying to be in medicine, so it wasn't exactly like what I thought I would be doing, but in the end, it's what ended up happening. How is it in the Navy? Well, there's the computer stuff, like like typing ITs and typical like your Geek Squad guys, and then there's the radio stuff, communications, like transmission stuff. It's very different, but you get to deal with both sides of the house, and there's other little other categories that you get to see. But overall, I enjoy it. I actually like the shipboard life. Some people don't. Right now I'm at a short command working at a hospital, so it's a bit different. There's a different sort of kind of feel to it, but it's also nice. What's a basic day like for me? It's a lot of questions. If you've ever worked customer service, or even if you've worked like a job, for example, fast food, might not seem like customer service, but technically it is. Some people don't see it that way. Food service, but there's a lot of it's constant flow. People, just like food, people have constant issues with computers, and you're there to assist them. And although they might not necessarily understand or sympathize with you as the technician, they might get sometimes pretty hostile because you are not saying that you would be incapable of fixing it, but sometimes we don't have the capability to fix it or the allowance to fix it. It might be above us, and they don't necessarily understand that. So those are some difficulties that might arise. But me personally, I like helping people. It's kind of in my nature to help people. So it kind of helps that out. It helps me get through that because I want to try my best to help them. Now that could also be a crutch because I have a problem saying no. If someone asks me to do something very unreasonable in terms of IT work, or sometimes even other work, like when you're on the ship, I'll explain that afterwards, but when you're on the ship, there's like other types of work that you'll be asked to do, and a lot of people might be like, nah, or try to fight back. I'm just kind of keeping my head down, and I'll agree and do it. And then it might hurt me in the end in terms of, now I've been working all day, and maybe I should have said no. But that's whatever. That comes with the territory. The basic day, though, people come in through the door, ask for help. People call, ask for help. Sometimes you get trouble calls on the email. You do that. You do get lunch. Some people don't know that. Some people think that because you're in the military, you like skip meals, or like you're unable to eat, or you're unable to work out. Like you don't have time. I don't know where the people are getting these ideas. I understand maybe in prior times where there was war, you might be out in the field, and then you might skip. You might not end up having food or something, but we're not in those times right now. Most of the time, you're going to be, especially on a ship, there's like a specific schedule that you got to follow, and it's not going to deviate from that. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, mid rations if you like work at night, and then it repeats. And then you are allowed to have food of your own. Like you can purchase food from the ship, or if you're in a short command, you can purchase food from anywhere because bases have a lot of different food restaurants and all that, like McDonald's um, and other places. So I mean, you have time, and then after work you can work out. I work out, though not as much as I probably should, but there's a lot of things you can do with your time. And then after lunch, you work, and then you get off work. Same with the ship. There's still variations because it's a ship, but it's essentially the same. You come in, you work, you have like food, chow, and then you work more, and then you get off work. Hours vary depending on where you're at, but it's all the same. Now this is probably the biggest question. Do you get to travel? Yes, absolutely. There's no like arguing. People in the Navy will travel. You might not travel at certain commands. So if you go, let's say you're stationed in San Diego, right? And you work at whatever communication station, right? That's going to be your job, and then you're only going to be in San Diego. You can travel outside of San Diego, maybe on the weekends, but unfortunately for that period of time, you will be, kind of landlocked in San Diego. That's not the right word. But after that, your next duty station could be USS ship, right, in Naples. I don't even know there's ship station there. Naples, maybe. Rota. One of those. Rota is a good example. That's Spain. That's already travel. You've just traveled to Spain. Now, you can technically travel outside of Spain, so you can go to like Portugal and other places, right? France, as long as you go through the right paperwork, on your off time. But then for work, let's say the ship goes out, and then the ship can hit like Naples or Athens, right, or England, right? And that's just if you're stationed in Rota. There are other places, like right now in Japan, you might hit like Manila, Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, or if you're stationed in like Norfolk, you can hit like Brazil or Florida or any other. There's a lot of places you can go. This is what I'm saying. If you join the Navy, you will absolutely, without a doubt, travel a lot, just by the nature of the branch that you've just joined. Me, I have been to like Korea, Singapore, Thailand. I've been to Bahrain, like United Arab Emirates. I've been to Israel. I've been to Hawaii. That was where I was last stationed. I've been to a lot of places. I've been to Manila, but that was before the military, so it kind of doesn't count. I've been to San Diego, right? I've been to Diego Garcia. There's just a lot of places that we hit. And as a normal person, most people wouldn't go to those places at all. But, when you join the Navy, it's going to happen. Absolutely going to happen. Now, if you're not the type if you're just kind of like a stay-at-home person, I kind of beg you, please don't do that, because there are a lot of people that want the opportunity to travel, but they don't. Like I said, I was stationed in Hawaii for 3 years, and there's people, my parents even, who've been saving up to go to Hawaii like all their lives. They got the little tip jar from Up, and it says Hawaii on it, and then they be throwing change, right? And then the tire pops, and they gotta throw out the change and use it for the tire, and then something happens, and then it's a lot of people just never make it out of their geographical location, and that's pretty sad. But you, if you join, are gonna be in Hawaii, let's say, and then you could see all the luau's, and you could see North Shore, and you could surf, you could island hop on your off time, see all this crazy stuff. There's turtles, and there's a volcano there that may or may not explode. It's all fun, and it's all awesome, but that's if you decide to leave your room. because I know a guy who never left his room, never left base, right? And as soon as he left, like he was leaving to go to his next duty station, you obviously have to leave base to get to the airport. He was leaving base and he was like on Facebook was like, "Oh, where I didn't know there was what do you call it, rice paddy fields like over here." Took a picture of it, posted it with filters, right? Sepia and all that. And it was like, bro, that's literally right outside base. Like if I leave base, bust that left, go down 3 blocks, there's this giant rice paddy field. How have you not seen it? It's the only way to get to the mall. You're gonna have to pass it, which obviously means he's never left base. You can't even say he didn't see it because it's obviously like you're gonna hit it. Like it's rice paddy fields in the middle of a city. It's gonna throw you off when you see it. He obviously didn't see it, which means he never left base, and the only reason why he left base was because he was never seeing Hawaii again. Do not stay indoors. Explore. Live life. Read some inspirational quotes or watch one of those videos like People Are Awesome where there's like awesome music. Just do something to inspire yourself to leave your room. But enough of that. Do you get travel? Yes. Thank you, Stel, 4R, for asking this question. I will answer the other questions over time. And I'll put out all these videos that I failed to put out and abandoned over the course of several years. I hope that, it's not too late. But yeah, thank you, and I will see you next time.